one mansion gone, two mansion gone. I'm like, this does not feel good.
Okay, so I'm here with the infamous Machi Big Brother.
Yeah.
Also known as Jeff Huang. I guess that's what you go by normal, right? Jeff Huang? Okay, sorry. Yeah. What do they call you in Taiwan though? They call you like you have a different name, like a Chinese name.
Just DACA.
Daga?
Yeah.
What is it like? What's the difference? So let me.
Milo. It's Big Brother.
Okay. Where does the Big Brother name actually come from? Who started Machi Big Brother?
Machi is slang for family, friends, and loyalty.
Okay.
That's what Machi stands for. It's like Taiwanese slang. So that's a word we use a lot when we're kids, and then I just used it, adopted it, and made it's kind of like Virgin Coke, Virgin Atlantic. The guy kept using the same word, so I kept using the same word through everything. Machi record label, Machi movie company, Machi everything. Yeah. So I ended up being Machi Big Brother.
You grew up in LA, right?
I grew up in Orange County. Yeah.
Orange County, yeah. What do you think the main differences would be between growing up there and growing up in Taiwan?
I mean, I was lucky enough that every summer I'd come back, so I kind of grew up. I got a taste of both cultures, and yeah, it's nice growing up in two different worlds.
Because I feel like we obviously spent a decent amount of time here in Taiwan in the office and stuff like that, and bro, everything is so organized here. Like, it seems like the people would like never commit a crime. It's like, you know, everything's so safe. Like, it's very, very different to the US. Like, I always wonder, like, where does that come from? Like,
You're not
what is
from the States, though. You're UK.
Yeah, technically, yeah. I grew up. Well, actually, I was technically born in the US, but I grew up in the UK.
Okay. But basically, Taiwan's very safe. Yes, that's true.
But like, what do you think makes it like that? Like, why is the society so different?
I don't want to be anti-guns because I believe the like in having the right to bear arms. I agree with that. So, but yeah, there's no guns in that one, or at least most normal people.
But there's no guns in the UK, and the UK is messed up.
Okay, then it's a people problem. Yeah, I'm trying to be racist. I'm just
Yeah.
you're the one bringing it up.
I just always wonder like what starts the culture to be like so different.
I think part of it's religion, maybe.
Mm.
You know, like if you're Buddhist, like you're Buddhist, and you eat grass, and then you're more veggie, and you're more like peaceful meditation, calm. The other part is maybe there's Confucius in there. I think we have the art of war, but then people use that more as to be strategic and not really as in for like real war, real fighting. It's different kind of people, just different kind of people.
Do you feel more Taiwanese or more American?
About half and half.
Half and half, yeah.
Maybe more American. Spend more time there.
I was speaking to some guys in the office yesterday who said, we obviously all see your trades on Twitter, right? Like when everyone broadcasts them, like, Machi Big Brother's been liquidated on this thing. Apparently they do it in the news as well here, like on TV and stuff. That's kind of insane. Like when they
China too.
But when they do it, are they like referencing to your like music stuff from back up to date?
It's AP News, right?
Okay.
So like once something goes out, then all the press conferences. So it's like Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, broadcast like those trades that you guys are. Whoever's posting that shit on Twitter, those fooling accounts, and then like they take it and they run with it. And yes, they do reference, my past or whatever. Like, oh, he went from like a rapper to a trader, or, like live streaming, startup guy to doing crypto or something. Or they'll make shit up. It's mostly like 30 or 40% accurate of whatever they're writing. Yeah.
Does it bother you when you have that kind of like public side of it? Because obviously we spoke about yesterday, right? Like, let's say you have all these guys doing streamer tokens now, and like they're putting themselves out there. They're really like putting something behind their name. Like, not only are they on purpose trying to get attention and not necessarily get famous, but you know what I mean? They're trying to put themselves in the public eye. Like, you've obviously done a lot of stuff in the public eye. You've also done a lot of stuff that made a lot of money without it necessarily having to be public, right? Like, you kind of operate in the two sides of CT. Like, there's the super anon side, there's the super public side. You're like somewhere in the middle, right? You have somewhat of your own character aura within crypto, but then you're also like well known outside of it.
Mm-hmm. So I guess it bothers me not as bad as the next guy would say, because because I'm kind of used to it. But I got a big head that everybody can live rent free in. Like if people talk shit about me, I hear it. If people talk shit about me, it like makes me. I'm not that passive. I don't think. I can't be too Buddhist and just like blow it off. Like other people are like, oh yeah, I don't even listen to haters. I don't give a fuck. I'm not like that, man. I'll go after them. Yeah.
I mean, I guess speaking of going after, you obviously, there was the whole ZachXBT saga and stuff like that.
Yeah, that one's a little different because that's not just talking shit. That was straight up like,
Definitely.
that was a lot of trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't call it defamation because I didn't win in a court of law that it was defamation, but shout out to Jordy, to this guy. He brokered the peace deal, or settled it for us. So, between me and Zach, it's all good now. And he edited the article, and we both agreed to go on separate ways. So it's all good now. Yeah.
What was like the main lead in terms of like tracking him down? Because you had to literally like effectively dox him, right? Like,
Well,
you ZachXBT pretty much, to some extent.
Yeah, well, I just hired private investigators. So that's no big deal. Yeah, I didn't do the work, right? I just hired like a private investigator in like 3 different continents because that's where I heard he might, be. And the guy did a great job. I'm just trying to think the name so I could shout him out. But that private investigator, very professional. Yeah, did his job.
So you tracked him down. You broke down, like you told me the story before, obviously, of like the confusion between who was who with the multi-sigs and all that kind of stuff. We probably don't need to go into all of that now. I'm sure people can do their research and stuff, but like,
No one does research.
no one does research. It's great.
Yeah.
But like, do you feel like after you had that kind of like negative stuff said about you from ZachXBT, like how much of the damage do you feel like you were able to undo? Because I feel like there's this big issue in crypto. We had this with Ox, obviously, but like where someone goes out there and fuds you really big, can be completely false. There could be no evidence. But the point is, if 1 million people see a big piece of FUD about you, it doesn't matter what you respond. If you respond and it only gets 100,000 views,
They call it the Streisand effect. Like,
yes,
even more.
there's 900,000 people who still think that you're, XYZ, whatever bad thing they said about you.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like there's always like a 50-50 response between when someone mentions like the Machi name, right? It's like someone's gonna try to say like, oh, he's a scammer because of this, that, and the other from ZachXBT stuff, and then everyone else is like, oh no, actually he's a fucking legend, man. He's like, he did this, he did that. Like if they know the law, it's like amazing. If they don't, then whatever. I kind of see it like you see recently, like
You hanging out in Taiwan too.
yeah, exactly.
Like if you come closer to me, like you're around or you see, then it's like, okay, well,
Yeah, like you see like a
different level, right? So the other thing is like there's no way like good press can wash out bad press. There's no way. Not even with the Zach thing only. Like even in the past of other things that like if I'm we have some beef with someone in rapping, that's what's negativity sells news or whatever. And you could do charity at a hospital, you could perform, you could donate, you do all this other stuff, but it doesn't travel and it's fine. And I think it's like the people that are in DeFi are real people that have actually done crypto. Those are the important people. Not important people, but basically they know, right? Like they really know to check on-chain transactions, so you can't really get away from like, oh, he's one of the biggest DeFi players, during the DeFi era. I donated and I supported a lot of protocols back then, like as in the teams, I gave them money. And it's not like a corporation where I give them money and I own equity or I took tokens. I wasn't an angel investor. It was like I farmed, I was part of the community, and I donated money that I made back into the projects. Yeah. I mean, probably the biggest one is Yearn Finance. I donated like $4 million to Yearn Finance.
Yeah, is Yearn still the biggest, your kind of biggest on-chain win to some extent, right?
Have
you had a bigger trade than Yearn?
I think there were a few, but yeah, the losses are kind of, the wins are not counted, right? So
yeah,
I guess Yearn's a big win. Bored Apes are a big win.
Do you sell any of your apes?
Was a big win. What?
Do you sell any of your apes back in the day or no?
Nah.
You just held them all.
Just collecting.
How did you get into apes? What was like the origin story? And why'd you go so heavy?
I'll shout out Jameis and Pleaser DAO. Jameis, I mentioned it inside the Pleaser DAO chat, and then we all go look at it. I think I helped mint it out because I kind of like, I heard it wasn't minted out immediately, like maybe a day or two went by. But the second one, I took a look at it, it was at like 2,000 or 3,000 minted. I minted like 20. I told people in my circle, and then it was at like 8,000-9,000 and like in a heartbeat. And then like afterwards, I think I minted 120 of them, and I started giving them out. I gave them out.
Yeah, you said you gave out some celebrities.
I gave them those are DAO. All the DeFi OGs got one. I sent one to Andre. I sent one to Bantag. I sent it to a lot of the DeFi founders, and then later on, I gave it to all the main Asian celebrities that have Bored Ape. I was the one that gifted it to them. Yeah.
And we were speaking about obviously on-chain trading and like what's visible, not visible before. You now obviously do most of your trading on Hyperliquid, right? At least you're degenning.
Yeah.
Lately, yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of things, right? First one, the guy who runs Hyperliquid is called Jeff as well.
Yeah.
How much do you think that like played into you trading on Hyperliquid? Like you backing the team and stuff as well and everything like that. Like trust is a huge component.
A little bit, right?
You know what I mean? Subconsciously, you're like,
the guy's name.
yeah, he's Jeff. Like,
yeah.
come on, yeah.
I've always felt closer to anybody I meet that's Jeff. Yeah, sure.
But you never met him IRL or anything?
Nah, I haven't talked to him yet.
You haven't even had a call with him yet? Or...
Nope. Just his co-founder and some of his team members, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I know in the Thread Guy episode, and obviously I've been around you a lot, like we've spoken about like getting hunted on these exchanges and how that kind of works and stuff like that. But don't you think it's kind of interesting that, part of the argument for the whole hunting stuff is that the centralized exchange can see all your positions, they know your liquidations and stuff. But like the same thing on Hyperliquid, you know what I mean?
I brought that up, or I've talked about it a little bit. Like centralized exchanges, in my opinion, are hunting you too. Like there are players, bigger players in centralized exchanges that are hunting you with, I think, in my opinion, more advantage than on a decentralized exchange.
I think everyone's hunting everyone all the time. Like that's the game. Especially now because you can go and almost anyone can just go and look at a liquidation heat map.
Well, the order books on Hyperliquid are public, so you can see the hunting going down. On a centralized exchange, you won't see the weapons and the spears hunting you. They just fucking take you out, and you're not sure who did it. There's no visibility to know who the hunter is. So who did it,
Do you feel like you're trading off a little bit of the like feature set and stuff when you trade on Hyperliquid, just like on your phone? Or do you feel like you can do everything that you need to at the moment?
I don't use those tools, all that stuff now.
Yeah, you from what I see, you literally like manually like grid trading.
I'm not
a lot of the time as well.
I'm not trying to, hit it like this. So I don't need sniper bots, things like that. I believe in something, I buy it, I hold it, make money, dump it. Yeah. Or if it goes down, I DCA some more because I believe in it. And that's where I get hurt, Like I might have big wins that way, but my big losses are like Friend Tech, Blur, Blast, like because I believe in the founder, I believe in the project, and then I buy more as it goes down DCAs.
But it works the other way as well, right?
And works the other
way.
Well, like you said, you're in finance. Like I liked what I saw, I started buying it, I farmed it more, bought even more, and then I'm the top holder. I got 11% of Yearn, and it's like that. And then with Bored Apes, I didn't really go that hard. I had like 100, 200 apes, but normal me might have picked up like 1,000 apes, but I got 100 apes, 20 enough. And actually, Bored Apes is totally different though. It's not really like a pure investment. It's like a club, and I thought it was a really nice gift to give to my friends. Like at the time, like not only a gift, but it just had I thought PFP NFTs have its own very special category. Like everybody uses social media, including all the celebs and whatnot. And so it doesn't matter, IG, TikTok, or whatever, they got that little profile pic that they need to use. And well, why not use a Bored Ape, right? And it's also iconic. And so I started gifting to these, the biggest celebs in Asia. And it just had a flywheel effect. It has its own flywheel effect, and it was cool. I mean, will it come back? We'll see.
I still see some OG guys like rocking them and stuff. Like they definitely will always have like their place in that kind of ecosystem of crypto. Outside of crypto, I don't know, obviously, but
I think it'll be around. It's not going away.
yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think as long as ETH's around, Bored Apes will be around pretty much.
He's not going away.
Yeah, it's not going away. Yeah,
The fuck is Solana Maxi?
Yeah.
He's not going away. Yeah.
I guess in crypto, there's a lot of comparisons to gambling. And I mean, I guess like even perps themselves, you could probably, we could say like some of the big, the reason there's always hunting is because like, it's just like one giant casino at the end of the day, right? But you also like to actually spend a lot of time in real casinos as well, right?
No.
Well, you'd end up there a lot.
I go. Is that a lot?
I don't know. I guess pretty. Okay, let's put it this way.
When I
You
was a
gamble
kid-
more money than most.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, then that's volume versus time spent in a casino. But yeah, when I was a kid, I go to casino a lot. Like when I was in Vegas every other weekend. I just drive up from LA, 4-hour drive. I would when we were kids, we would just drive up there and then hang out for the day and drive back at night. Like that's how fun it was when we were younger, right? And now, yes, I do go. I try to make it like event based only, like the F1's there or Conor McGregor's fighting, and I'm like, all right, let me go watch one of these UFC events, right? And that's the only time I go.
You did a tournament, didn't you, recently?
Oh yeah, I got invited for that baccarat tournament.
How'd that go in the end?
Me and Dana White got wiped out first round. Like all the cheesy people that were like betting small and just like waiting you out, those people ended up lasting to the later rounds. But anybody that was really kind of gambling, they got rocked out.
You had a couple. I guess
it was fun though, because I got to see Dana White and play at the same tournament as him. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. You had a couple like successful Vegas trips where you obviously came out like on top, like in profit and stuff. I think Charlie told me he's like you were at one point like the area number 2 P&L or something like that. That's kind of a big deal, no? Like,
yeah.
Surely there's some like you're obviously a pretty big whale, but like I would imagine there's some even like more insane motherfuckers who are going in there and like doing crazy stuff. I guess they didn't win.
Yeah, so it's impossible to win in a casino for those that don't know. Yeah, you can't win, right? So, I thought, well, I've done a lot of good things. I got like good karma from past lives and this current one. So I was like, it's deserved
from all the Bored Apes you gave out,
just for me being a good person. Yeah.
But then you had a bad streak when Trump came out or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell that story?
Oh, the story. I don't know. I was like, what? I was up millions, right? And then Trump dropped his coin and someone goes, fuck, Trump dropped his coin. And I'm like, fuck. So I start picking up my phone. You're not like in the moment of gambling. You're not paying attention anymore. You're gambling like just kind of like, what do you call that? You're very, your attention is diverted, right? It's not focused. You're not focused. So I started losing at casino. I jump in a Trump at like, I don't know, $8, just testing the waters. It goes to 16. I go harder, goes up. I go even harder, and I don't know, $40 or $50. Then I go all in. It goes to 80 for a bit or 60. It went up, and then it comes crashing down. Lose a lot of money in Trump. Lose all my stack that I was up there in Vegas. Overall, just losing, and it's all Trump's fault, Like me being a Democrat, it's all his fucking fault.
How did
I'm not a Democrat. But I'm just saying. Like after that, I was kind of like, fuck, that fucking Trump's coin. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure like you still like hit me up like another week after that, and you were ready to go back. You were like wanted to go back to Vegas again or something. Or you took a break. You took a break after that.
Vegas is always a yes. It's always a yes. Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's always a yes.
How do you work up your way in the casino to get like all the comped rooms and they jet you out? Like, how do I work my way up the ladder? How much do I have to fucking gamble?
Fuck.
You've been doing it for a long time, though. You've been like you have to like work your way up.
No, only a long time. Like growing up, I think my biggest bet ever was maybe like $10,000 for one hand. That's probably my biggest bet. And then as I got older and I got my live streaming company, maybe I was a bigger stack. And then most recently it maybe doubled or something like that. So yeah. That I mean, for them to fly you out, I think you need to deposit like $1 million, like that.
And then they hope they're going to get as much of that as possible, obviously.
Like how much they win off you?
Yeah, I know.
They want to win as
That's
they don't want the real. They want everything.
Yeah.
You know, can you mortgage your house to send more money in? What are you talking about? Like, actually, that's not true. They have rules. Like Vegas and Macau and other gambling places are different. Like Vegas, they have a gambling commission, and they on purpose don't want, in my opinion, I'm just taking a look at the business model of it. Like they don't want the negative stories out there. Like, oh, you lost your house. They want to milk you over time. They don't want.
Yeah, they want to milk you slow, and
they don't want you to die in one shot. That's just, I guess, not only bad karma, but those vibes go out, right? And Vegas had those kind of stories from back in the day, of course. But I think they have it set up so it's like, they want to make money off everything. So, shows, dinners, the rooms. Like, it's not about like trying to wipe out like in Macau, it's like 90 mil, 100 mil. They try to rock you out in one shot. And then they
send you back to China.
Yeah, send you back wherever you came from. But in Vegas, I think it's like, okay, well, take you for like, 1% of your net worth every time or something like that. I don't think they try to like rock you out.
What do you think of these younger kids, like, Togi, for example? You seen that kid? Okay, fine. But basically, like, you have all these like young kids that are making gambling like very attractive. And you have all this online gambling. You have all these streamers now doing it.
Yeah.
Even like, Mitch launched his coin on Pumpfun. He did a live stream the other day, and the whole time he was just gambling. He was just like on ToshiBet or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's bad influence.
It's bad influence, but I also feel like there's this
gambling's a drug.
There's this move though towards like kids don't want to actually work real jobs and do anything of value. They want to just like make easy money doing crypto and effectively gambling to some extent. There's like a lot of
Nico, I think you're promoting that.
No, I'm not promoting that. I'm actually against that. I never gamble. I like to do crypto gambling, you know what I mean? Like trading and stuff. But like,
which is
other people will call it gambling. I won't.
But you're talking about it like, what you're talking about, you're describing yourself and the kids around you. Like, yeah, we all try to make fast money.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people are doing now. Like, that's like how the mentality is. The mentality is that, is what I'm saying. There's been more of a shift towards trying to obtain easy money as opposed to like actually building stuff. Like, why do you think the quality of projects this cycle has kind of decreased with regards to, you don't have white papers and all this stuff anymore.
Let's blame
let's blame Solana. Fine.
Holy man. Yeah, totally. Let's blame him. Like, he's like the founder of Solana chain. He's still backing up shit coins. Like, Vitalik won't do it, and not to try to compare the two in any way, And I just think Vitalik, if you try to push him to do a shit coin, I'm not always pushing him to like rep the Bored Apes, motherfucker. Like, Bored Apes did a lot for Ethereum. I think.
Think of all the gas fees.
Yeah, think of the gas fees, motherfucker. Think of all that shit they burn for you, But whatever. I think, and they brought a lot of attention. They brought a lot of, Web 2 normies to Ethereum. Either way, I think Vitalik backs what he likes, and he's always looking for something that's not an Ouroboros or whatever. He wants to find things that are like legitimate yield and not Ponzi yield, and I think it's necessary. And I'm already a believer. Like, I don't. If I thought crypto is Ponzi only and just like one big casino only, I don't think I'd be here for as long as I have been. I would be like off fucking around in casinos instead, like Vegas or whatever. If it was all just gambling, like there's already like product market fit or something that's disrupting the status quo with crypto. So we're on to something. I mean, if we weren't, we would have been done by now. But no, there's like regulation for it. Shout out the Trump administration, new SEC. Like, they fucking not suing people anymore. They're not like trying to kill off the whole industry.
They're rough.
Yeah, they're rough. Like, they're like, I mean, there's people there. I think there's just people in our industry that are trying to make something, like do something that couldn't be done before. And I played stocks, mutual funds. I've raised money from VCs, like capital formation, the old school way. And so now with everything as it is, and even the creator stuff that pumped off, shout out Elon and those kids doing their thing with like this whole like streamer stuff. Because I was in the live stream business, and the whole social media early on, I always felt like Mark Zuckerberg, they took all the money from us, right? Like they take all your content, they take all the ad money, they take everything. And shout out Google, YouTube a little bit, where they're sharing their ads revenue with, the creators, and kind of forces IG's hand, TikTok's hand to not just take all the revenue for themselves. They got to split some of the creators. But is there somewhere with Web3, I think, friend tech / Pump.fun, or like the current streamer coins or whatever they're trying to do, is trying to disrupt the old model of this ad and share some ad revenue with the creators. Is there some other way for creators to get the value that they deserve for what they create, right? Because that's what's keeping people entertained or engaged with platforms, depending, right? And I mean, if your content sucks, you don't deserve anything. But if your content is good, it kind of sucks when, Mark Zuckerberg or these big social media platforms are just taking all the money. And it'd be cool if they can get a bigger piece of it, So, yeah, I think
it's like the return to the true on-chain model of like self-serve, removing the middleman,
taking out more middlemen. Yeah,
exactly. Like one, I was speaking to the Pump team and like they said something in a specific way that really stood out to me. Was like, consider launching a coin. He was like, and then Pumpfun and these creator kind of coins. Like, where else can someone do something like that and make like $10,000 in like a minute or like an hour? You know what I mean? Like so instantly can they make like so much money with so much upside. Like there's almost no other like platform type thing than the content side, at least, and like where you can launch something with such little effort.
Well, okay. Well,
Not to say it's always successful or moral, etc. Like obviously there are rugs, there are like
it's not
manipulative side of things.
Without talking about rugs or direct like that, like let's just talk about a normal person becoming a content creator and launching a coin. There are consequences, because it is a zero-sum game to a certain extent if you're not providing utility for that token. And when they drop the token, there's going to be PvPing going on. The snipers are going to take all the money. The normies and your fans are going to be left holding the bag. And you think you've got 10 grand for that minute of work or whatever, but you've actually traded your life's reputation or whatever you had online for the last 2 years or 3 years, and you traded it in for that 10 grand. So it's not that easy.
But a lot of people would do that. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people need 10 grand.
Well, that and I believe that too. I believe there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on, and like at the same time, I think there's very little education and not enough talking about that kind of stuff for everybody to realize exactly, what it is they're getting themselves into to a certain extent. But I think Pump.fun, the new iterations of like our protocols, SocialFi protocols, are trying to limit liability in a sense and like less fucking up, but I don't think it's there yet. It's going to keep going, and it needs to keep going until someone hits it. And then, like you said, then everybody's dropping a coin, but it's not quite there yet. You see a lot of IG or TikTok people are not dropping coins yet because, first of all, we're kind of tired of it too, right? The OG crypto people, they don't want to, get like Yeezy. I'm like, man, celebrity coin. I'm like, fuck, I still got to go in. It's fucking Kanye. I got to get some, like, support a music artist. Like I love rap. I'm gonna get in there too, even though I knew I was gonna lose money, and I was right. I lost money. Okay, congrats. I lost some money. I donate some money to his cause. Yeah, like it's just not quite there yet where like everybody could do it without. It's not normal yet to do it.
I think one of the biggest issues is that
you're gonna do one. You haven't.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing one.
Bad. I said don't do it.
It's tricky. It's very tricky. Yeah, I mean, because the problem is, especially this is more an argument for like influencers and normal people streaming and launching coins, is like, it's like Web2 person and thing making Web3 product token. And like the crypto people are like the only guys who are really going to buy the token, but like they're a Web2 person with a Web2 audience. Like there's this mismatch between who it's for and like what they're doing, I think a lot of the time as well. Like it's like a two-sided issue, right? Like you're trying to onboard non-crypto people to trade the non-crypto person's crypto coin, and you're trying to get crypto guys to buy a coin for a Web2 influencer they maybe do or do not care about. Like they're just there to trade coins for crypto's sake, you know what I mean? Yeah. But now they're doing it on like the speculative hope that the non-crypto guys are going to come and buy the coin. When in reality, it's just crypto people probably buying half these coins and like PvPing each other. And I think that's like the influencer is just profiting off the volume, a lot of the volume on that, most of the time at least.
They're like just talking a little bit. I'm like, buy more Hyperliquid.
Yeah,
More.
yeah.
All this talk makes me bearish. I'm like, I get, not all this talk, but just a little bit of this. And I think, first thing possible, I'll buy some Hyperliquid. Buy more hype token.
But I think it's good that this cycle, amongst, Hyperliquid and Pump, and there's obviously quite a few other examples, but those are the most successful with regards to like fully buying back revenue, burning all this stuff. Like, I feel like last cycle, it was much more Ponzified, and there was less talk of like what happened to all this money. You know what I mean? And where it went and what was done with it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I'm pretty bullish on Hyperliquid. I think a lot of people are, even if a lot of people think it's like still relatively high here. But I don't know, $50 still, to me, still feels kind of cheap. I feel like it goes higher, especially if market runs. If market runs, we're like, I'm not here to do price predictions. Maybe we wrap up with some like recent trades and like outlooks for the next like couple of weeks, something like that. You had a big hype long.
Yeah, cashed out. Right?
Cashed out. Yeah.
So closed it.
Yeah.
$50. It could go higher, but you gotta,
Yeah, short term.
You gotta take your, not even short term. I just feel like I hope it goes to 100, 200 without me, and I don't mind being sidelined or like, I want to see Jeff do well. Yeah. And all hype holders. I wanted to flip all the centralized exchanges. Yeah.
And then Pump, you were down on for a while, but you clutched it back.
I lost
you lost and you reopened.
Something. Yeah, I lost like 10 mil. Maybe got a couple mil back, but I think, well, I didn't want to close that long, but I felt I was being hunted, and I was like, if I don't close this pump long, I got to close something. So I was like, I'll close the pump long.
And then you added leverage added margin to your ETH.
Yeah, I had more capital then. Yeah, it lowered my liquidation price point because it felt like I was being hunted. It felt like they were coming for me. So I was like, okay, I need to beef up my my collateral. So I closed out my pump position.
When you got like a lot of ammo, right, to add to these trades, like I remember you telling me about the Doge trade where you just like you started shorting Doge or whatever. Yeah. You just like kept adding until like eventually, obviously, like you're halfway through a bear market and you end up being right.
Yeah, but that was like almost blew all my capital. Like that was the worst. That went from the worst trade to my best trade at the time, which is Light Crypto. He's a super famous trader.
Yeah, I remember Light.
Yeah, he's been in in Asia and stuff like Taiwan once in a while. And basically, I've met him before. One of the smartest dudes, one of the roughest traders out there. And he's like, man, Doge ain't worth that. Got shorted, within 6 months, it's gonna round trip or some shit like that. And it was only at like 20 cents when he said it. And when I saw it like 24, 25 cents, I was like, hey, I can short it at a better price than Light Crypto. So I was like, feeling good. Then it squeezes to like 30, 40 cents. I'm like, holy shit, this motherfucker. So I was like, put in more capital and short even more. And then it goes to 50 cents. And they're talking about going on, Elon's going to SNL. I'm like, okay, sell the news. He's going to SNL, guys, start selling it. And everybody's like, no, that's still the rumor. Because nobody knows what he's going to say on SNL. Maybe like Tesla buys some Doge for his treasury or some shit. He's like that. I'm like, fuck. So there's more rumors going on. So now I got to wait for that 2 weeks for SNL to come out. So that whole 2 weeks, fucking Doge just creeping up on me, squeezing me higher and higher, like a python or an anaconda, fucking just squeezing me, dude, like a fucking boa constrictor, just squeezing me. And I'm like, all right, add more money, short more, add more money, short more. At one point, I'm like, okay, 1 mansion gone, 2 mansion gone. I'm like, dude, this doesn't feel good. And literally, I thought this thing was going to go to $1.50, $2. So it's going to wick me out. And then I was watching SNL, like just sweating like crazy, watching like fucking Elon telling fucking jokes on fucking SNL. And they tell some jokes, it kind of squeezed up higher, it starts coming down. Like, dude, sell the news, guys. He's already on fucking SNL talking. And literally when SNL ended, the chart starts coming down. And I'm like, 1 mansion back, 2 mansion back. And then I started, got in profits, and then I covered, and then I was one of the like top P&Ls on Binance for a while. Yeah.
But no Hyperliquid, of course.
No, I'm not. Hyperliquid, a bunch of like these whales that.
No, I mean you went from #1 trader on Binance to now you're just in with everyone else on Hyperliquid.
Well, like, yeah. Depends on how you frame those things. Oh, check out the 1 day, check out the week, check out the 1 month chart. I'm number one. But
Speaking of dog coins, we got the
Bobaoppa.
we got the special guest,
Yeah.
the infamous, the one and only, largest on-chain pre-sale, right?
Yeah.
Still, is that still to this day the biggest one?
I think number 2 is Pain.
How much was it in the end? It was like 40, 50 mil, 60 mil, something like that.
The US dollar is 40 something. Yeah.
40 something, yeah.
44, 45, 46 mil, I think. I don't forget.
And I think like despite like people fighting it for whatever reason, you like blasted God knows how much like back into that chart. You like
Pretty much all of it.
yeah. You LP'd like insane amounts with all your other big tokens as well and stuff like that.
No, that was a strategy, but it didn't work too well, so we stopped it. But I think the main idea initially was just to stake it, and then it would yield, so the LP would grow and be like stake BSOL / Bobaoppa. Boy, there's a bunch of FUD. People don't like the idea or something. Talk about shit. But in the end, right now it's the best performing pre-sale. I don't think Pain, not Boom, none of these guys are doing as well as Bobaoppa. Bobaoppa is like trading maybe 50% above pre-sale right now.
I wonder if we'll see like pre-sale meta come back. Like you see, just like going from like NFTs to meme coins, and then like you saw like you had like all the big cult coins with like Giga and SPX and all this stuff, and then you moved into like different kind of styles and stuff. I wonder what we'll see next, but I think
nobody knows.
Nobody knows, man. I think
I'll probably do everybody's exit quit. I just top blast that thing. Okay. Like every time I go in there, you're like, you're buying a lot of green, Machi. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, bro. I for everyone watching, like I'll see this guy trade, and like I just see him like blasting like a bunch of green candles, and I'm always like, oh god. Like I feel like whenever I get like a PvP notification, like Machi's open to trade, like the way I typically think of it is like, okay, I've got a little bit longer until like there's the right entry. Like he'll buy like just a bit too early, and then I'll wait a little bit, and then I'll think about like maybe like following him in. Like when we were showing ETH, I was like showing ETH at like 4,600 or whatever, and you were like, nah, no, you want to do as well. I think you started shorting, and then you flipped long, and then it fucking dumped, and I was like,
and that was a good call for me. Like I was at the very top, I started shorting it. Got some hate too. They're like, Machi's shorting it, fuck that shit. And then it was the right trade, but I covered too early. Same thing with the World Liberify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I saw, they froze just as the sun's account. I'm like, all right, long, boom, I went long, and then I made some money. I got out, but it went a lot higher.
Yeah, let's see what happens with that. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's see with that, man. I think that was good.
Cool.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Boom.
Caught in my gaze, you can't escape my tears.